Have y'all ever noticed that new cars don't really feel special anymore? If you have, you weren't alone. Because I be thinking the same thing too, and I feel like there's a bunch of different reasons as to why we feel this way. But we gotta merge onto this highway first. And we're not gonna get a good run. We got a car in front of us, but that ain't no problem. Ain't no problem with it, because we not rushing. Let's go. I think new cars just don't feel special anymore because they aren't. Back in the day, car companies used to be more like innovative, more creative. They weren't scared of public opinion as much as they are now. And I think it's just the culture. Like, the world is going toward a more like, I don't know if sensitive is the right word, but actions have more of an impact now. Like, companies care more about their PR now versus back in the day. Now, back in the day, they didn't care about nothing. Hold on, let's get in front of this car real quick, and we gotta get over in this left lane. Man, back in the day, car companies didn't care about nothing, man. There was no cancel cultures. Nobody cared about the environment. It was just, you know, you make a fun car and people buy it and you go about your day. And now, and some of these things are good, like, you know, the environment stuff, you gotta care for the environment, but you can care for the environment and also make a really fun car. You think of all the cool cars that are being stripped from us just because of the majority. And these cars were not made for the majority of people. They were made for like people who enjoy fun cars. A lot of us, including myself, grew up watching Fast and Furious, all these fun movies with fun cars, and the whole plot is just people going out there racing, doing all this cool stuff with cool cars. And that was just a thing of the past, man. You think of as soon as Subaru dropped the STI line and Dodge made the Challenger or the Charger fully electric, that's when I knew that the world is going backwards, that the good times are coming to an end. Car companies are starting to cater to the masses compared to just making fun cars for those people who enjoy fun cars. And I guess it's a business move because, you know, if you're not profiting from it, why make it? But it sucks. SUVs are taking over. Nobody really wants a small fun car anymore. I mean, I do. I'd buy them if they made them reasonably priced. But even when they make the fun small cars, dealerships just jack up the prices. So it's like you can never win. You ask for something and they don't give it to you. And then when they make that cool car that you want, you can't even buy it. I mean, Toyota made the GR Corolla, and that car looks fun. I've never driven one, but I would really like to drive a GR Corolla. It looks really, really fun. It's a 3-cylinder, 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, hot hatch. You can't ask for more than that. But I can only imagine the dealer markups on that car, just because it's a rare spec. They know that it's made for a certain community of people that don't really have a lot of options. So they just gonna mark the crap out of it. And it just shouldn't be like that. Cool Hondas used to be fun, loud, and obnoxious. And that's what people like. You think if people talk about Hondas, talking about they lawnmowers, this and that, and they're slow. I mean, that's what the people wanted. That's what sold back in the day. That's why the Civic is one of the most, like, the best-selling cars of all times, because that's what people wanted. People wanted a slow-ass car that was fun to drive, and it had a lot of aftermarket, especially for, you know, certain engine types. Certain models like the SI and like the Type R are really fun to drive cars, I think, is the Type R. I forgot what the record is on the Nürburgring, but those cars were fun. And now it's just a bunch of piped in sound coming from the speakers and rev hang. Cars just had that raw feeling. That feeling where you got into it. Like this car right now, I'm driving, you can feel every single thing, and it is an older car, but this is how cars used to feel. They used to have a personality. And I think now car companies are starting more to compete with each other versus competing against themselves. Like car companies are looking at what the other guy's doing. What are people talking about BMW online? And whatever they're saying, let's do that to our car. But you're not BMW. You don't have anything in common. You shouldn't have anything in common. Even though you're competing with them, you should be competing with your own strengths. All these cars nowadays, they're less aggressive, they're more smooth, like the body styling, just a bunch of technology. Car companies aren't even being creative with the analog gauges. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but in my mind, I think it costs more money to make a good like analog cluster versus just have a screen. I feel like having an LED screen for your gauge cluster is so cheap because they just slap a screen in it and code it, and that's it. Like I think it doesn't take any type of creativity to do that. Just a simple software update, you can change the whole look of it. And yeah, it might be more convenient to the consumer that's buying the car, but that's just a cheap way out, man. Car companies just have to really get that right. Like I know in the Lexuses, in the IS, the gauge just like move over, and that was like one of the selling points. Every car review you look at with an IS 350 or 300, whatever it is, like, bro, the main thing they talk about is, oh, look how cool the gauge is, it moves over. And it's such a simple thing, but it really just differentiates that car from other gauge clusters because it's cool, it's unique, it's something that cannot be easily replicated. And even if it was, it would just be such like a copycat thing to do for another company that they wouldn't even do it. And then you have the legal problems. I mean, there is some stuff that they literally cannot do. You think of all the environmental stuff. I know for the M5, it's a hybrid now, and that sucks. Like, why is the BMW M5 a hybrid car? Why is it a hybrid? And I think they just had to make it a hybrid just to meet like the emission stuff in Europe. Like they had no choice but to make it. If I'm correct, they had to make it a hybrid to meet like the legal stuff in Europe to be able to even make the car roadworthy and all this stuff. But that just sucks. I mean, because of the hybrid system, now it's heavy as hell. It's really like a yacht. And it's funny because BMW owners used to laugh at the Chargers and the Challengers, and they call them boats and stuff. But now the M5 is a mega yacht. And it's like, they had no choice. It's fast. But damn. Like, is this really the direction we need to go in? Do we really need these heavy cars? I mean, I know there is some pros and cons, but I think that has to be more dangerous. Having these super heavy cars driving around, you think of these accidents that people get into with Teslas versus like a regular car like a Civic. That Civic is gonna get crushed. You gotta give props to companies like Toyota and BMW. I mean, I just talked mad smack about the M5, but BMW still makes a lot of really good, cool cars. And there's a few, but I think as time goes on, more and more iconic names are just gonna either go hybrid, get completely redesigned to a random family SUV, or they're just gonna kill it just because they aren't selling anymore, or it doesn't meet like current times, and the golden era of cars are just slowly coming to an end. You think about all these racetracks that are closing down because, you know, of noise complaints and new regulations. And that never made sense to me, because if you know that racetracks are gonna have a lot of noise, why would you move next to a racetrack and then complain about it? And now it has to get shut down because you were inconsiderate during your housing search. It makes no sense to me of why why like things like this even happen. Like, how is that something that becomes the racetrack's fault? Like, why do they have to cater to people that move there, knowing that it's going to be a loud environment? Yeah, it doesn't add up. I guess if you lived there before and then they put the racetrack, that would make sense. But a lot of these tracks been there for years and years and years, and new developments get put up beside it, and then they complain about the noise. And it's like, geez, dude, I mean, what did you expect living next to a racetrack? Like, come on. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Alright, let's chill out. Let's chill out. It's just a calm cruise in the right lane. We just vibing out here. We ain't in no rush. It sucks to see. Like, I grew up into cars. I watch all these fun movies, and then it's like you grow up and you want to be able to experience that. And now I'm in a time when the world is against those type of things, or none of those cool cars are being made anymore. I mean, geez, you can't even find a cool car movie. I mean, Fast and Furious now, they go into Mars. Like, what happens to regular street races? Everything is just getting modernized, and everybody is just prioritizing profits now, so it's like nobody cares about fun or what people ask for. It's all about what the majority buys and what the majority is into. And sadly, the majority of people are not into fun cars. The majority of people just want an A to B. You think about all those videos where like people are having fun with cars, and people be in the comments like, oh, why are you doing all that for? You don't need to be doing all of that, yada yada yada. That's how the majority of people think. The majority of people never go to open track day, and that's just something as car lovers that we just have to live with. That's just the reality of modern times. It sucks, but all we can do is just have fun with whatever we have left. Whatever cool old car you can get your hands on, or even the new ones. Like, y'all gotta get them M340i's before they do that new redesign, because I'm hoping it's just like a render that somebody AI generated and it's not real. But jeez, yo, the new M340 looks horrible. Like, that can't be real. It cannot be real. Anybody who has a better idea than me, let me know. But if that is where they're going with the M340, I can only imagine what they're gonna go with the M3 and the M4, because all BMWs kind of go off the same design. So it's like, if they actually go for that, that's another cool car that's gonna just go to the dogs. Think about, oh, that Benz. See, like, those are cool cars that one day we not gonna have, bruh. And shout out Toyota for, they demoed that new V8. I think it's a twin turbo V8 car. I forgot the name of it. But hopefully they actually stick to it and make it how they like made it at the demo, because they don't, man, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed, because it looks sick, really really sick. One day in like 20 years from now, I'm gonna buy it used and it's gonna be lit. So hopefully the people that buy it now take really good care of it, because man, that's gonna be a nice car in the future. But then it's like, hey, why shoot to buy used when I can just buy it new? You know what I mean? So we'll see. But there's so many other cars I gotta get off my list before, like, I can't no more. I really wanted a Charger, and I know it's stereotypical. I'm a black male, but it's like, they look so fun. The fact that it has so much power that you just be spinning everywhere, like, just experience it for a little bit and sell it back. But I just don't want the risk of waking up in my car stolen. Like, having such a stealable car is not fun. You're just constantly under stress that it's gonna be gone one day. I can't deal with that. I personally cannot deal with that, so I don't think I'll ever get a Charger. But they really do look like really fun cars. Oh, we got a Popo behind us. Why he speed up behind me like that? And it's crazy because the maps was telling me that the cop was in front of us, but he's actually behind us. So we gonna go under the speed limit because I'm not giving Buddy anything to pull me over for. Oh, there's another one right here. Imagine, and bro, chilling on his phone too. Cops just be vibing. I mean, they do be giving out tickets and stuff, and it's annoying, but it's like they really just be chilling on their phone and stuff on TikTok. But then it do get dangerous when they gotta actually respond to like shootings and stuff, and they can lose their life. But damn. I don't know if I could stomach being a cop. I remember watching this one YouTube video, and bro had just clocked in, and his first call of the day was to go do a wellness check, and he had to kick the door off, and the lady was just dead in the crib. And that's just off clocking in. Like, you clock in and you gotta work like 12 hours, and for your first hour like of the day, you get your car and all this stuff, and then you just see a dead body like off rip. That's so crazy to me. I don't know how they do it. That has to be like, you gotta have like PTSD and stuff from a job like that. You just seeing all this crazy stuff, especially if you like work in a bad area. Make sure y'all buying a TSX and traveling, guys, and be safe out there on the roads, especially as the temperatures begin to drop. Well, they ain't begin, but they've been dropping. It's been freezing. There's a lot of black ice and stuff at night, so just be careful. You know, drive safe, get good tires and stuff, and buy TSX and travel if you haven't already. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, guys. Peace.